Good evening. My name is Sharon Bussey, and I'm here to present to you my training plan for a Scribble Sketch Storyboarding online course. Let's start off with the topic. What is Scribble Sketch Storyboarding? Scribble Sketch Storyboarding is a form of paper prototyping that helps to make ideas tangible and visible so that collaboration can take place, ideas can be tested and improved before a significant investment of time or money has been made into any particular innovation. The rationale from a business perspective is that a company is going to be able to save the time and an investment of money and personnel in ideas that might not possibly succeed. They'll be able to iterate an idea without that significant investment. Scribble Sketch Storyboarding helps to make ideas tangible, allowing for effective collaboration, which is wonderful for cross-functional teamwork. It also allows for divergent thinking. So that's kind of that big idea brainstorm thinking, which allows for concepts to be more transformational. And then it also breaks complex and large tasks into smaller pieces. So almost like eating an elephant one bite at a time, you can be able to break up a project so it becomes a little bit more manageable. I conducted a very quick needs assessment, sending out a survey to 14 people just within the New York area, and 9 people responded to the survey. The survey was sent via SurveyMonkey, and the results have been recorded as such. Let's take a look at those. Currently, the techniques that are being used are rated at about 79% effective, so there's some room for improvement. The majority had never used Scribble Sketch Storyboarding before. They could definitely see a use for this technique in their current role, and the majority believe they could even use this skill on a weekly basis. In addition, almost all surveyed expressed an interest in learning this technique and felt that it would be something that would be useful and would actually enhance their performance in the workplace. I believe this training is best provided in an online training situation as an 8-week course. However, a condensed version of a 3-hour workshop might be able to provide it face-to-face for kind of a quick refresher, or even being able to create that collaborative learning culture together as a refresher for those who've attended or completed the 8-week course. Training methods are listed here: tell through online lectures, show through keynote presentations, instructional videos, online demonstrations, invite through a simulated experience through one of the assessments, encourage and correct through the assessments that are being provided, an interview and feedback process that takes place within the Scribble Sketch Storyboarding technique. And then there are practical skills and tools that are provided to the trainees for immediate real-world implementation. Let's take a look at the goal statement for this course. Would be participants who complete this workshop or this online course will be able to successfully use the Scribble Sketch Storyboarding technique to prototype and test new ideas rapidly and inexpensively. And those 2 constraints are very important: the speed and the expense with which it can take place. I'm showing an 8-week course, so let's just quickly take a look at that. First, an introduction to design thinking with the learning objective that an animated movie or PowerPoint would be created, depicting that 5 principles of design thinking. And here's an example of one that has already been done. This is a technology required assessment. Week number 2 would be an introduction to prototyping. So we're just bringing it down from design thinking to prototyping. And this is where students will be required to design an infographic explaining and summarizing the characteristics and benefits of prototyping. Here's an example of an infographic that was done for design thinking. Picture chart could be a tool that could be used here. Week number 3 would be an introduction to Scribble Sketch Storyboarding. So we're bringing it down even a little closer to home. And all students here will be able to summarize the technique used by completing an online test with 100% accuracy. Week number 4 would be actually planning a Scribble Sketch Storyboard, and here they would organize the content to go in the Scribble Sketch Storyboard using the how might we question, how might we conduct a successful pastoral visit. So using the Salvation Army's orders and regulations that provide tips for how to do that effectively, as well as their own experience, they'll be able to articulate that in one complete list, just a simple list created. which they will then, in the next week, in week 5, actually use that list to create a Scribble sketch storyboard. And they will do that by using the template and the post-it note provided. And this is where we engage that simulated assessment. Week number 6, they will then test the Scribble sketch storyboard, and so they will use the tool provided here, the interview sheet, to interview at least 6 people, 3 who represent their client, 3 who represent their consumer, and be able to gain feedback and then analyze that feedback for the second iteration, which is week 7, where they will then improve that prototype, making it better, including the feedback that they have received. Week 8 will be a reflective portion where they will then reflect on what they have learned through that build, measure, and learn experience, and they will represent that reflection visually using Keynote, PowerPoint, or Visme. As far as training evaluation is concerned, we would need to assess affective learning, and we would do that through a SurveyMonkey survey, surveying these 4 items listed right there. Assessing cognitive learning, that is spread out throughout the course, and so you'll see which assessments relate to cognitive learning. And then we will assess behavioral learning, and that is predominantly assessed in that simulated experience, and this would be graded using a rubric. So that's my outline. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to your feedback.